What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Hard Park 703 channel. All right, so I just finished watching the car. That took forever. I set up the canopy and everything, blah, 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 and then the gusts are just absolutely insane today. So I had to take it back down, store it, everything, blah, 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 and then I was trying to dry it off as fast as possible while the sun was beaming on it. And then all of a sudden, you know, by an act of God, I got all these clouds to cover it up, so that actually really worked out. But there's a huge car show right now. I'm trying to get there early enough so that way I can get a good spot, because this is supposed to be huge, absolutely huge. Oh, I got okay. Roof is on, right? So, let me flip it around real quick. All right, so the glass roof is on. It looks a lot better all black. So obviously all that's gone. I literally I didn't even want to test it out or whatever. I just really didn't like how matte this was. Like, it's very light, and then this looked completely different. So I was like, it's breaking up too much. So it just looks a lot better all black, you know. So that's I'm really excited, and I'm happy that I actually did that right before I watched the car. So I'm gonna put the ramps down. I'm gonna start pulling this thing out or whatever, and then I'm gonna try to get there. I'll show you guys what it looks like from the inside too as soon as I get it out on the street. Okay, so the winds are probably like at 40 miles an hour or whatever, blah, blah. You know what I just noticed? Okay, so this is like the first time that I haven't had, like on a super sunny day or whatever, blah, blah, I haven't had the top stored, right? Like, I always cruise around without it, like, on and stuff. And here I am, like, all right, cool, yeah, that's what's up. I'm gonna leave it on or whatever. So what? So you can show it off, I guess, at the car show, right? Okay, yeah, fine. Well, I don't think anyone's gonna notice that it's see-through, because you can't even see through it. Like, really, right now, you can barely, like, see through it. So, I mean, hopefully, like, you know, like, no one's gonna know. No one's gonna know. The whole plant's ruined. It's just, whatever. I should just store it. However, I do want to show you. Oh, that looks awesome, right? That looks so good. By the way, something to note while I get in here. So, wait, first let me finish talking. You see? That looks awesome. That looks so good. Look at that. That's so cool. All right, let me shut the door. All right, let's get going. All right, let's turn it on. I think my remote battery is really low because it's not detecting it, like, at all. Oh, crap. Okay, that's really... Okay, quiet. Sorry, my neighbors. But yeah, okay. Something that I thought was not going to be an issue. It's so hot in here. This does nothing. This does absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. It is so much hotter in here than you would think. So that's something to know. Your air conditioning is going to be on like full blast with this thing on, because I don't care if it's tinted. That heat is beaming in here. So that's definitely something that I was not aware of. But yeah, so I guess this will be amazing for, I guess, like winter time, right? But on like 100-degree day, I don't know. I don't feel like getting the other one out of storage though. I already like stored the other hardtop, you know? And so now to think that I'm gonna be swapping between two hardtops, I'm probably not gonna do that. So I'll just leave this one on, but that means the conditioner is gonna be on full blast when I'm in like 100-degree weather. Luckily today it's like 78, so it's perfect and stuff like that. But anyways, all right, I'm wasting so much time. I'm gonna be on time to the car show. I thought it was gonna be early. Hopefully I get a good spot, so we'll pick it up as soon as I can. Okay, I had to make an emergency stop. I have no idea. There's something flapping. It's ridiculous. What is flapping back here? Something, I'm wondering, like something broke off. Something is flapping so hard back here, like something is broken. Let's take a look. Everything seems intact. I mean, I thought maybe like the housing for the tail light was loose or something. That seems sturdy up in there. And then that's fine. I thought this was maybe like unbolted or something. But it's on there. It's not hanging down or anything. There's nothing over here. Nothing over here. Like, this is all fine. You don't understand how loud that was on the inside. That was really scary. It was like as if I had like grabbed a bag somehow, you know, like a caught a bag. Is there anything underneath the vehicle? Anything? I don't see anything underneath the vehicle at all. That is so weird. Like maybe like I was thinking like in here, like the liner or something like that got loose, but it doesn't look like it. No. Doesn't look like it. And the car wasn't pulling in any direction. No, that's fine. The car wasn't pulling to the left or the right or something. So that's all right. That's good. You have no idea how scary that was, though. Like, I mean, that looks fine. That looks fine. Everything back here looks good. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I really don't know. It could have been something in my trunk, I guess. Hopefully, well, if it's on the inside, I could care less. But it started flapping. The problem is that it started flapping the faster I was going. So like at 60, it's not really flapping too much. Like if I hit a bump. But then when I was pushing it to like 70, 75, then it started flapping significantly. And it didn't come from the front of the vehicle. I was thinking maybe it was... No, that can't be it. That can't be anything right here. It was coming like from behind my head. So it was definitely back here somewhere. The bump, I mean, the wing's on. Like I just wanted to make sure the wing is, the spoiler's on. Everything's on. Like everything's intact. Is it could it be the license plate? No, it can't be. It can't be any of this stuff. All of a sudden, now I have random noises? No way. No way. Maybe it's like a leaf caught in between the diffuser and the bumper or something. I don't know. But this is so weird. This is so weird. It freaks me out. I like don't even want to like take it back out on the road. There's absolutely nothing underneath the vehicle, so I don't know. I don't know. All right, well we'll get to the show. That freaks me out. All right, I'll pick it up when I get to the show. All right, so I'm back in the car. I'm gonna start it up. Okay, good. It starts up just fine. You know what I think it could be? What if it's like what if it's one of these things, like maybe the further back one, you know? What if that thing, like on the edges where it's clamped, you know? What if that thing's flapping? Because technically these are here, but there's no roof underneath them, you know? And so technically they don't need to be like that. You could unhook them and stuff like that since you've got an open cargo space. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's one of those hooks or whatever, because it's like plastic clips that you just hook on. Like right. You see that? Yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully it's that. It sounded so loud, but it also sounded like it was coming from outside the car. So I don't know. I'm really nervous, but hopefully I get there, you know, like in one piece. So yeah, I'll pick this up in like I'm literally like 2 minutes away. So see, now it's really loud. I just hit 65. Do you hear that? I can feel the vibration in the steering wheel. There's something off. It's okay. Now it's bad. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to pull over. I don't know what that is. See, so now I'm down to 55, and with the bump, you might hear one or two, like, you know, the noise or whatever like that. But now I'm at 47 or whatever. You don't hear it. So when I start picking up speed, I'm wondering if something got loose on the diffuser and it's just banging underneath the car. Like, do you hear that? Right? Like, that's really bad. I don't know what that is. You guys, I hope it comes out in the video. There's a big issue. Alright, so yeah, I'm like at 30 miles an hour, now at 20, about to pull into the show. But nothing, so it only happens at really higher speed, so I really need to figure this out. I'm gonna find a parking spot and then... Alright, so we figured out what it was. My lip got loose, and so now it's hanging low, so we gotta pop that back in, so that's where the fluttering was coming from. Alright, so I'm here at the show, but I didn't feel like filming with all that stuff that just went down, so I'll tell you what happened with the Corvette. I'm sorry guys, like I know I wanted to film this, like this was like probably the best show I've ever been to, but I was catching up with friends. I took the opportunity to catch up with all these friends that I haven't seen in a long time, you know, and so I didn't want to just like catch up and then like go running around or whatever and then come back to catch up. I just wanted to talk to them, you know, see them, you know. I love my friends and I don't get to see them as often as I'd like because some of them don't live close enough. So ended up doing that and then just worried about the car and stuff like that. So now I got to zigzag through the back roads back home because I can't pick up speed or that front lip is gonna come off. So yeah, let me show you the lip really quick. I'll just show you guys the front lip when I get home. I'm taking all the back roads right now. I'm like top speed like 40 miles an hour. I'm purposely like staying in traffic. There's literally a straight line of just open roadway in the left lane, but this sucks. Like, I wanted to cruise around the weekend. It's a beautiful weekend. It's Father's Day weekend. You know, something always happens. And I mean, I don't have the tools to do this. I can't lift the car up at home. I mean, maybe I could. Maybe I can try it. But I need to go figure out where I can get rivets from. So, all right. Well, I'll show you guys when I get home. I'm just gonna zigzag through all the back roads. It's gonna take a while to get back home, but at least this way I don't have to worry about going up past like 50 miles an hour. So, all right. I'll pick it up when I get home. Okay. So just made it home. An hour and 42 minutes later. I'm not even kidding. It took me an hour and 42 minutes to get home from a location that's 15 minutes away. Why? Because I don't know all the side streets from that distance, from Ashburn to Chantilly. I knew most of them. No, that's a lie. Not most of them. But what I'm getting at is there was so much construction on those side roads. Like, I'm not talking about like, oh, just a few cones or whatever. It's where you see that orange sign that says bump, and then it says like gravel, or it'll say like, it'll say stuff that like I know. I'm looking ahead and I'm like, okay, that lane is tore up. Like that's gonna be an issue. So I had to just keep going into a plaza or making a U-turn, going to another street, you know, losing myself in a town that I don't really know that well. I made it home in one piece. The vehicle made it home in one piece. And I didn't have to deal with any of that. But man, it's like when one thing happens, like everything just like snowballs, right? And so it's like my poor car, man. You know, like I'm really bummed out. You know, it's like you know, like a child gets injured or whatever, you know, and you're the parent and you obviously are very concerned. I'm just fortunate enough that that front lip didn't like catch down or whatever and then rip off, or my tire caught it or something, you know, because that could have been bad. Like, I mean, I used to deal with that with the with my Mini Cooper all the time, but it sucks to, you know, see the Corvette like injured. I know it sounds silly or whatever, but it really bummed me out, and you can tell I'm bummed out because today was supposed to be like one of the best days of my life, and I was going to film the whole car show and everything, you know. I was going to have a blast and stuff like that, and it turned into, you know, like this nightmare situation. But yeah, so like if it wasn't enough or whatever, I go to reach for the door handle and there's like this cream, like it was like a sap or something, and then I noticed it was on the windshield and everything, and so maybe from the windshield it went to here. But anyways, regardless, like there were like bales of hay floating around at the show and stuff like that, you know. Like I don't even know what was going on. I don't know what today just seems like a parallel universe or something. I don't know. But anyways, that like goop on the car is like least of concern. But all right, so the lip, right? So yeah, see, it's really, look at that. You can see. So it's holding up just fine over here. Well, I mean, I guess it's not as sturdy, but it's definitely missing the rivet there, like rivet. Yeah, so right where I am. So the rivet is in. It's here at the bottom, but the top ripped out. And then I guess another screw right here where my hand is. Obviously, I'm not going to show you, but so it's like right in there. So yeah, those two right there. There's also like a plastic in there. You see, like there's like a plastic liner and stuff, you know. So like there's two layers of that. There's one, and then there's another one. it's the other one that's flapping in the wind, because this was sandwiching like that bottom liner, you know, to the undercarriage. And so now that these ripped out, all of a sudden that's what's flapping. I don't think this is what's flapping. I don't think this is really what's making all that noise. But that sound that I was hearing, that I was like ching chang, I don't think I made the ching chang sound, but it sounded like as if there was like not like a bag of dimes or something. So you hear that? That is what I was hearing. So that noise is what it was. I can only assume that was making the sound because of the fact that that under tray is connected to it right there. And so that's what's been flapping and stuff like that. And that's obviously pretty close to the steering wheel. So that's why I was really feeling it in the steering wheel. Could be a much worse situation, obviously, than all this and stuff like that. But I can't drive it. You could keep it at like 50 miles an hour and you'd be fine, I guess. Yeah, because it was fine. All the back roads, I kept trying to find like 35 mile per hour back roads, but I would go up to 50 and stuff, and you would start hearing a little bit of like a sputtering. So I just try to keep it at 50 or lower. So you could still drive it around. You could go somewhere, but where am I going to go? Like, all the roads are 45 miles an hour, and, you know, like, everyone's always doing over 50, and I would want to go over 50, so then that way I'm not just holding up traffic and whatnot. And yeah, so I'm just going to garage it for the weekend. And then Monday, I've got the tire install appointment. So since I got to get on the lift, I'll ask them to address that. You know, we'll use some stronger rivets or something. I don't know. We got to look at what's wrong underneath the car. It's too low right now. I can't get underneath it. So yeah, so that's that. All right, so what did we talk about? We talked about all the goop on the car. Talked about the broken front lip. Okay, now let me move on to the roof. So it was brought to my attention that GM, okay, cool. It's tinted black on top, right? Like, it's tinted, and then on the inside it's got a blue tint or whatever. Yeah, well, it's not one of those heat dissipating tints, right? Like, you can get really cheap tint and tint your car, but when it costs you a premium, it's because it's got all those heat dissipating like properties, you know? So, you know, you can pay like $150 to get your car tinted, or you could pay like $600 to get it tinted. There's a difference in the tint, you know? And if you don't believe me, trust me, I didn't believe it either, okay? So, like, when I used to go with the really cheap tint, you still feel all that heat in the car. And then when you go with a really, really nice series, it's significantly cooler in the vehicle. So anyways, GM, I guess, didn't want to do any of that type of tint, like the tint, like, you know, heat dissipating properties or whatever. So that sucks. It is an oven in the vehicle, so they should sell you on that roof like, hey, use it for wintertime, because you're gonna roast any other time of the year. So that's the news with the roof. It still looks cool, looks awesome. I'm cruising in there. I've got my AC blasting though, because your interior is it's heating up so fast. And it's gorgeous outside right now. It's probably like, what, 82 degrees right now? Super sunny, no humidity. If that's how I feel right now, if I take this out on a humid day at 95 degrees, I'm gonna die. So yeah, all right, so that's that. Let's move on to the next. Okay, so originally I wasn't even gonna put this in the video, because the video was just gonna be the whole car show, and it was gonna be great, and I wasn't gonna dampen the mood or anything like that, blah, blah, blah. All right, well, you know how you hear the wind right now. You see how crazy it is. Like, the trees are just going nuts right now, okay? I had a canopy over the vehicle. I had a canopy. Oh my God. That is so much pollen. Pollen's been down, by the way, and this wind is so strong that the car is just caked. Like, you can, I don't know if it comes out or whatever like that, but this thing is caked in pollen. That's how I know then it's pretty. One, that's not even what the problem was. And then two, I just stopped the video really quick because my mom calls me and she was like, hey, your cousin just called. There's been a shooting in Tyson's Corner Mall. It's a really, really big mall. It's like a landmark, national landmark or whatever, that's like around here. And so that's crazy. But anyways, I'll look into that after the video. Getting back to the video. So yeah, all that pollen stuff. No, I was just getting close to the vehicle at that time. No, what I really want, getting back to what I was saying. Okay, so I was washing the vehicle this morning and everything, and I had the canopy up, right? And so all, you know, the strongest gust of wind came out of nowhere. They said it was supposed to be 10 to 12 miles per hour, and it was like 30 mile per hour gusts, right? And so I had already set it up, and so when the vehicle's underneath it, like it's set up right here, right? So like if it's all over here and then the vehicle's underneath it, I can't just hoist it off or whatever. It's too big, you know? So I'd have to pull the car in or whatever like that and then move it and stuff. But I wasn't expecting gusts like that. That's why, so I was minding my own business. I was like, oh, okay, nice and breezy and everything. Then all of a sudden the gust came. Well, it blew it over the vehicle. What you would, if it blew it over the vehicle, there wouldn't be a problem. Well, it didn't blow it over the vehicle. 75% of it blew over the vehicle, and I did my best to try to kind of flip it over. But this like the back driver's side, the fender got caught with one of the legs, and the leg just bashed into it and scraped it up. Luckily, I mean, I didn't hear anything get hit, so I assumed I almost had like a heart attack, you know, like I saw it happening. I saw the thing blowing up. I was like, oh my gosh, this is about to hit the car. This is it. Like the car's gonna be totaled. So I did my best to flip it over the car and stuff like that, and then it landed down in the yard way over there, but like the canopy completely upside down. Mind you, this is a 10 foot by 10 foot canopy, okay? And so, well, I didn't hear anything, so I was like, all right, I should be fine. Well, anyways, I come around, you know, and then I look, and you just see like devastation. And I'm just like, oh crap. I was like, all right, well, I'm probably not gonna go to the show then. This is a nightmare. I'm probably gonna have to pay to get it repainted, or maybe the fender needs to be replaced or whatever, blah, blah. And so I was like, great. If I have to contact insurance, then that's gonna, like, the car's totaled. So, well, let me show you, like, it's still there, and I'm showing you guys this because I'm leveling with you guys. I know it's there. You probably wouldn't notice it now because I did so much work. I did so much work to try to get rid of the scrapes. And, you know, like, thank God that it really was just scrapes as opposed to, like, denting the fiberglass, you know. So, let me show you. All right, I don't know if it's gonna honestly come out at this angle, but it was really bad. Okay, you see that? Like, you see, I'm trying to, like, you can see it, right? You can see, like, from, like, right here all the way back that way. See that? I had a buff, like, that is nothing compared to what it was. It was scraped from here all the way up here, and then it was, like, fully scraped up here. And so, like, I guess the leg caught heavily right here. These were where the really bad abrasions were, and then it, like, dissipated off over there, but there were still small abrasions. And so that, you guys, like, it was as if, like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I'm stuttering right now, but it was really bad. So yeah, the whole fender was just like, it looked destroyed or whatever. And so, I mean, luckily I've attempted to fix things enough on the vehicle that, like, I know at least what, you know what, that's a lie. I'm talking out my butt. This is thanks to Galen, because Galen one day was like, hey, all right, so you got to do things in stages, right? So if you're not going to get your car professionally detailed, then if you're going to attempt it, you need to understand you got to do things in layers. You can't just wax it every time. And I was like, okay. So I used the clean cut rubbing compound, and then I used the clean finish polishing compound. So I used, like, the harsh rubbing compound like 5 times over. So I just kept applying it. I took a pause because my friend Scott just texted me, you know, and so I'm going to text him back and stuff like that. It was great running into him. So I'm about to do that. But, all right, so I just kept applying layers and layers and layers of the compound. And so, hey, it really was working. It was minimizing those scratches significantly. So if I'm going to be here and tell you, like, something works, like a product works, this product works, okay? Like, this saved my life. So I did that like 5 times over, right? Okay, so once I was satisfied with that, then I moved on to the next one. And so this polishing compound. So then this really, really smoothened out that area really nicely. I started bringing back a shine to it and everything, you know? And so it was almost as if it was like maximizing the shine around the scratches, and it was minimizing the scratches. So it was kind of giving you like not like a masking effect, but it was enhancing everything else that was nice there, per se, you know? So after that, Then I used I ripped the front off, but the back or whatever. I used the Meguiar's wax, and I waxed it like twice over. And man, that wind is really strong. Like that wind is really strong. Like, look at those trees. Like, look at that. That's no wonder the canopy blew away. Thanks, weatherman. But yeah, so I did it. I just kept doing it, and I ate up so much time. That's why I was late to the show and everything doing that. But hey, I was able to at least get it super minimal. Like, you guys could barely see it. Now, granted, I get it was the angle of the sun and everything, blah, blah, blah. But it could have been a lot worse, you know? So I'm very fortunate that I guess I'm fortunate that if something had to happen to the car, it was in that spot and there wasn't a dent, and at least it was a very flat surface and stuff, you know, so I was able to do the best I could. And apparently it's very superficial, so, you know, a little bit better hand should be able to get it all out. I don't have any other tools here, so I don't know, maybe one of my friends might be able to suggest like how I should go about like making it like brand new. Like right now, you'd say I fixed it like 90% of the way. But I can't buff fast enough to be able to get those fine scratches out. So maybe like you need an actual like buffer. And I have one here. Here's the sad part. I have one somewhere. I have one somewhere. I got it from my uncle. But I've never used it. But it's because I was terrified, because all my friends who have told me about it were like, hey, you need to be careful how hard you press down on the vehicle and everything like that. You don't want to eat through the clear coat. So I don't trust myself to do that. I don't know enough about that. So I'm like, you know, let that. Bottom line, between all of that, between like the vehicle like getting destroyed as soon as I'm washing the car, and it's such a beautiful day and something bad like that happened, then cruising to the show, having the best time of my life, and then the front lip almost nearly ripping off. And now I've got that issue. The roof not being all that I guess I hoped for, whatever, you know. It was just hard for me to be in such a great mood to be like, all right, guys, check out these cars and everything. Like, it was the sickest cars ever. Like, there were so many nice cars. But, you know, like I was so worried about the car. So I do apologize for this not being a car show video. However, I am going to end on a really good... So what is that good note? The good note is, one, it felt great to be at a car show and not have to worry about filming. Like, just being able to enjoy the car show and just look at the cars and everything and just relax and casually walk. It takes a lot of load off of your shoulders, I guess, you know? Two, it was so awesome running into all my friends. Especially my friend Ryan. I haven't seen Ryan, I don't know how long it's been. It's been years. He lives in Stafford. And so just for me to be able to see him, like I said what's up to him rolling into the show. And he was like, what's up, dude? And I was like, dude, like the car's destroyed and everything. Oh my gosh. Like, let me park. Well, I corrected that real quick, because as soon as I got out of the car, I was about to start complaining. I was like, bro, first let me start saying bye. I love you, man. You know, and so I hugged him. So, like, it's just, Ryan is one of my really close friends. Like, he's one of those people who, you have close friends and then you have, you know, friends, right? And well, Ryan is one of those inner circle people. So anyways, Ryan, I love you, man. Like, thank you for Ryan. Thanks to Ryan, I figured out it was the front lip. You guys saw me. I parked there in that random parking lot or whatever, and I went around the car and I was trying to figure out what was wrong with it, right? And you saw me look underneath the vehicle and stuff. Well, I walked around the front, but it didn't occur to me that it could have been the front lip. It looked completely like solid or whatever, you know? Obviously, I didn't duck down and look at it, but it just, from eye level or whatever, it looked fine. And well, Ryan seemed to know exactly what was wrong, because he was like, all right, so what's the problem? And I was like, dude, it sounds like a bag, like as if you caught a bag and it's just fluttering, but then you also get like a janky type sound or whatever like that, like as if like a screw's loose, and I'm feeling it in the steering wheel. So whatever I must have said, he immediately was like, dude, I'm thinking that's your front lip. And so maybe it's because he knew like that'll affect your the feel of the steering wheel, the vibration or whatever. But anyways, he went straight to it and he just put his hands on it or whatever. And he was like, there you go, look. And so I was like, man, yeah, I had no idea, blah, blah, blah. And so look at that, man. Like I probably, right now, I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even know had it not been. So Ryan, bottom of my heart, thanks, man. Thanks for looking out for me, and thank you for being so smart. And yeah, dude, can't wait to hang out with you, man, without any of this, without me being that bummed out, you know. Car's awesome. He drives a Viper. I don't know all the details of the Viper, so I'm not gonna butcher it by being like, oh, it's like this year Viper, it's got blah blah. All I know is that it's fully done up. The thing is like one of the loudest cars on the planet. It'll smoke my car. And so yeah, I didn't even get a chance to really like catch up too much longer and stuff. So can't wait to see you again, man. And yeah, we'll have a blast on another car show and stuff like that. And I will try not to have any issues with the vehicle, so then that way we can just hang out and everything. We can walk around together. But then also I haven't seen my friend Scott. And so Scott, I met him in the Corvette community. He's one of the coolest guys ever. And so I've been wanting to meet up with him, and so I just haven't seen him. I haven't seen him at like any shows or anything. Maybe we're just missing each other. But at the same time, he was telling me he was a little busy on the weekends doing family stuff. So that's probably why he hasn't been coming out too much. And so, you know, like we hadn't had the opportunity to catch up, and so it was great seeing you, Scott, man. Like we got to walk around and everything. We got to talk about everything, you know, see what's going on in the Corvette community, see what's going to happen in the future with any events and whatnot, you know. And so, yeah, dude, like it was awesome seeing him too. So you guys see what I'm saying? Like without the pressure of filming, I was able to really catch up with my friends and see how they're doing. And yeah, just talk about everything in life and whatnot, you know. And so I ran into my boy Manny. It was nice catching up with him and his son. And I saw my boy Jerry was there. I didn't get to see Jerry, but I saw his car and stuff, you know. And then I saw AJ and Neil. I haven't seen them in I don't know how long. I don't know who just screamed. That's awesome. Yeah. So I think the neighbors were fighting. So kind of just stopped filming for a second, you know, and just let them kind of go by if they're gonna like be yelling at each other, bickering, whatever, blah blah. But yeah, so I got to see AJ and Neil. I haven't seen them in forever. I used to see these guys all the time at like car meets, car events and stuff like that. And then, you know, some people like kind of, you know, like you move on and you do other stuff. You have other hobbies and whatnot and stuff. So maybe you're not coming out to car shows anymore, or maybe you don't even have a car anymore. Like you get out of the sports car scene or whatever, you know, and you've got other priorities in life, which I hope to, you know, have that type of life at some point where I have other priorities except for like a car show, you know. But yeah, so I got to see everybody that, you know, that I haven't seen in such a long time. And so it's awesome, you know. I love all you guys, man. Like, you guys are really good friends and stuff like that. And I haven't seen y'all in forever. So it was like it was such a great time. With all this disastrous stuff to happen to me, to happen to the vehicle today, to be able to see my friends, it really, brought up my mood. So, see, that's what friends are for, right? That sounds so dorky. I'm sorry. But, you know, you guys brighten my day. So thank you so much. All right, well, with that being said, I'm going to wrap up the video there. I think I've talked way more than you guys probably care for. So, all right, cool. The day could have been worse or whatever. At least I got to catch up with great friends, and I got to see some really cool cars and stuff, you know. The vehicle is not, like, damaged, like, the way it could have been, you know, so... God, like I'm so happy that was not the case. So I'm gonna get this thing all fixed up on Monday. I'm gonna have something new installed on Monday. So I'm gonna make that video after this one, you know, within like the next 3 days, I guess. So everything will be great. It's like, keep telling yourself that, Miguel. It's like, yeah, I know. I gotta keep the motivation. I've got to keep the hope up. But yeah, so thanks for hearing me vent, you guys. So, all right, if you like that video, go ahead and click that like button, hit subscribe. And I'll see you guys next week. All right, bye.